What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Nerds of the Roundtable. Today we have Henry and Colten. We're a little short-handed today, but we're still gonna keep going.
We'll make do. Be right.
All right, but me and Henry have seen the end game. My brother hasn't, so we can't.
Nothing but spoilers.
Yeah. Just get ready for us to ruin your life. But now, before we turn on the camera, Colton was talking about Nordic mythology because he has a necklace. How about you just explain it?
It's called a king's chain. It's because of Nordic, Scandinavian, Danish, Geats. I don't know. The lords and kings and what's the other word for they were? Anyways, but it was a status symbol. It's just a status symbol. It's kind of like when you were a Northman, your rite of passage, you would go through this rite of passage, and at the end of that rite of passage, to establish that you are a man, it'd give you an armband. It's just a metal ring that goes around your arm. But king's chain is just a status symbol for lords and kings. And, it's got Thor's hammer on it.
I was about to say, is that Mjolnir?
Yeah, it's Mjolnir. And it's got Thor's hammer on it, and then holding on to it is the two wolves. Odin's wolves that chase her after the sun and moon. And once they finally catch up, and Ragnarok happens, all hell breaks loose, and it's a pretty gruesome thing.
See, I didn't know that because the only thing that I know from Ragnarok is
Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily Thor Ragnarok, but that like it happens in Norse mythology. But then like I don't know how it happens like in the comic books, but then like there's the movie. So like hearing you say that, I'm like, oh shit, okay, so it's not like that big dude that like drops it.
Yeah, no, it's actually 1,000 times more gruesome than that.
Yeah.
I mean, all hell breaks loose. I mean,
like
it is all. Yeah, it's
like
all.
Actual.
Oh yeah, I mean it's basically the end of the world. I mean, shit goes down, really.
So, you know what's crazy is I don't think we've ever talked like zombie apocalypse at all. And
Colton hates zombies.
I can't stand
okay, you know that the Maze Runner movie?
Oh yeah.
Like the new one that they just did, I think.
The whole series.
Yeah, they have a whole series out. The second one, I told Colton, like, yeah, dude, he borrowed my movies to do. It's a badass movie.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. He calls me about 10 minutes into that movie. Goes,
yeah.
Are there zombies in this movie?
Are there fucking zombies in here? Because, I mean, I like the first one, like the Maze Runner, and then what was it, the Scorch Trials were next?
Yeah, Scorch Trials. And
yeah,
the one
where
it's
I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I mean, it's been out for a while, so I mean, joke's on you. But,
get the program.
Yeah, but I was stoked to watch the second one. I mean, it had just come out on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever. But Travis let me borrow it, and me and Lauren were sitting there. My wife Lauren, we were sitting there, and we were ready to watch this damn movie. And I am petrified of zombies.
Yeah.
I don't like the concept of somebody eating another motherfucker while he's still alive.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Freaks me out.
Yeah.
Don't want to think of it. And so I was sitting here, and like they fly into the opening scene. They fly into that base or whatever it is. And then over like these sand dunes, like you can't really see them, but you see the figures like running over. And I was like, pause. I was like, wait a fucking second.
Yeah.
I called Travis like pacing through the house. I was like, dude, is there zombies in there? He's like, what? Oh yeah. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
If you think about it, it's not really a zombie. It's something that bites you that makes you into them. It's almost like the World War Z zombie. Think about it. Like they don't eat them.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it is kind of zombie-like, but in my head, zombies is like eating somebody else. Yeah. So in this movie, that's why I didn't. And it was like,
gotcha.
Yes. It's like, there is zombies, man.
Yeah, and there's just parts of a movie that has shit like that in it, where like They were going through the mall or what used to be a mall, and they're looking for shit, you know.
And in that cage.
Yeah, and then like the music starts getting shit starts getting in slow motion. They got that creep noise, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this shit.
So you still like watch the movie then?
Yeah, well,
Lawrence said he kept on pacing through that.
I've never sat down for the whole damn thing. I paced through because I like the first one so much, and I like post-apocalyptic movies.
It's not zombie.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. No.
Yeah. Dude,
I'd watched the first like 2 episodes of The Walking Dead, and my blood pressure went through. Yeah,
delete that one.
I can't do this shit no more, man. Yeah, I'm like, man, I guess I'm just gonna have to follow through the Twitter comments because,
dude, and in Maze Runner, there's a lot of like blah moments in there too.
Man.
And you're like,
I still haven't seen the third one. Just can't try to coach myself into it.
Yeah. Does the third one like fall on, or is that something completely different?
It follows it completely. It's the end of like the whole series. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I ain't seen it.
So then,
for that reason.
So then, movie or a series like Resident Evil out.
No, that shit's out. The only other zombie movie that I watched is Zombieland, and that's only because I like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
It's a funny ass movie too.
It's comical, but the zombies are legit looking zombies. Like when at the beginning, where he's walking the viewer through, you know, all the shit that's happened and stuff. When they're sitting in his apartment and that chick comes in, like she's bit and stuff, and he gives her Mountain Dew Code Red, and they're sitting there. All of a sudden, he looks over and she opens her mouth, and the blood runs out. And, that shit. Man, I don't like that shit at all. Yeah.
Then, like Shaun of the Dead was a zombie one, but it's supposed to be like funny too.
Yeah.
I
kind of. All right. Truth is, I've seen it, can't remember it.
Okay.
Like I completely blocked all that shit out. I remember the funny moments and shit.
Yeah. I think that was my first zombie movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
No, see what happened to me is the first zombie movie I ever seen. Don't know what movie it was, but I was little. Shit, I was like in the 2nd grade maybe, and I had a nightmare, and I come out into the living room, and my dad was watching some zombie movie. Don't remember what it was or what the name was. All I know is I woke up from a damn nightmare. I was already scared shitless, right?
Yeah.
So I get out and I'm like, Dad, can I just hang out with you for a second? He goes, yeah, that's fine. And I'm watching this movie where all these people are running, you know, typical zombie scene, post-apocalyptic. And these people are running through the streets, and evidently, like I said, don't know the movie, don't know the plot, but one of the girls' boyfriends got turned into a zombie, and they're in like this old like shopping mall maybe, or like a garage parking lot, it's not a big building, and she is still in love with this dude, and even though he's frothing from the mouth, and it's like original OG zombies where like they're wanting them brains. You know, they don't give a shit about your arm or your leg. They want them brains. But
all right, off the movie. All right. Hey guys, sorry for the weird cut. The camera died because somehow we're never prepared for this with the camera. Anyways.
But still, we improvise, adapt, and overcome.
It's alright. Have y'all seen Joe Rogan's first podcast? Dude, there's like 30 minutes of just dead air. And he's got like this weird filter on his camera where he's got like snowflakes going. And it's all you can see is like his face like lit up by the screen of the computer. So I mean, now look at him.
Yeah.
He's
True.
He's got a complete studio.
Wait, so you're saying that Joe Rogan's first podcast was literally just him in front of his...
him and Brian Redband, yeah. It's him and Brian Redband in front of his computer just bullshitting. I mean, there's no substance to it at all. Like, yeah, you can go on YouTube and look it up. It's JRE episode 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's horrifying to watch.
Because I mean, like I like how they are now, where they're. We'll get back to the content, it soon.
Yeah.
But I like how they are now, where he's interviewing and talking to people and stuff, and then he's like you said, like, hey, Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah,
and
pull
like,
it. Man, yeah, dude, pull that shit up, Jamie.
Like they already have it like loaded and ready. So
yeah. He's got TVs out all over the place. Yeah,
One day we'll get there.
Yeah.
I promise you.
But where we last left off, though, you were telling us the origin story.
My zombie theory. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, just to like set the tone a little bit, you're saying that you had just woken up from a nightmare. You went to the living room, saw your dad there watching the movie, and then you're like, "Hey, can I sit down on the couch with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then
it's his dad's fault.
Yeah, horror ensued. Yeah, traumatizing for life. Yeah. So I was sitting there, already scared shitless from my nightmare that I was having, and I'm watching this, and they're in some kind of building, open spaces or something, and I can vividly see it in my mind of how this is all going down. And they're all arguing with this chick because, like I said, her boyfriend got bit by a zombie, turned into a zombie, and is chasing them down, and she's still in love with him. And then all of a sudden, something clicks in her brain, and she decided she's just going to give up. So all I see is I'm sitting on this couch, shaking like a leaf on a tree, and Dad's not, he's just, sitting there, just chilling. And so they're trying to talk her out of it, and then finally like, well, there's zombies that are getting close, so they, they just move on. They're like, all right, do whatever you want, I'm going to live. And so all I see is this zombie dude break through this glass door and turn and start moving real slowly to her, and then she like starts crying. He gets closer and closer, and she's crying. She's trying to like get through to him, like, hi, I know it's you in there. And then all of a sudden she just gives up, and she kneels down on her knees. And the last thing I see before I started screaming was her kneel down like this, and him taking her head and just going, and just biting into it, getting them brains, man.
that is traumatized.
Yeah.
As
What the F word?
Oh,
Tom Preston is freak.
I know, and I was like in the second grade, man. I'm like, what the hell am I watching here?
All right, see, I'm a grown ass man. Like you're telling me this story right now, and I'm hearing this, and I'm just like,
and it's like it sounded like somebody crunching into an apple too.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded weird. I was like, oh my god. And Dad just looks at me and goes, man, that's messed up, ain't it? I'm like, a little. I was like, I think I'm gonna go back to bed and fight whatever vampire I was dreaming about.
you're paying for my therapy.
Yeah. And I was scared shitless. Ever since then, the concept of zombies, people eating other people alive, man, it all goes back to
Who the fuck?
what the? Hello? Pizza man. Hey, I got this.
Books and nerd stuff, UFOs, Star Wars, Star Trek.
So someone showed up at Henry's door. And Colton was like, it's the fucking zombies. As you can tell, he's just...
Did you still record that? Yes.
So I paused a little bit though, I was talking about it. Who will go and check it out?
Dude, here's one thing with that, like the doorbell rang, and the first thing that I thought was all right, I turned around and was all right, where do I have my guns between here and the door?
I know.
Oh shit! Hold on, okay. Because I was gonna tell, hey, knock on the door again, and then I would go for the. Oh, I should have brought that.
What was it?
It's a water filtration company, and they're testing the water. I'll talk about that later. It's not now.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah. So no, it just recorded all that.
It didn't record all of it. I kind of paused a little bit,
Yeah.
but I played
Turn
it.
it back on. Turn it back on.
How could you all of our faces, like, after talking about the zombie zip, I was like,
I know. It's like
Yeah.
it's zombies there.
you can see him in the background.
when you said that part, like she heard it, she was like,
That was all you had to tell her?
yeah.
Did you tell her to podcast?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, what's your podcast about? I was like, comic books, Star Wars, Star Trek, Game of Thrones, zombies, this and that, whatever. She's like, oh, okay. And then you were like, she's like,
that's amazing.
Oh my god.
That is so amazing.
But where were we?
yeah, I don't know.
Shit.
Hold on. I want to check if it's actually.
Okay, yeah. Oh, dude, that one.
No, it's recording.
Yeah, all right, good. Yeah.
Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
All right. That was awesome.
Oh shit. What are we talking about? Let's see.
Content. But how about Game of Thrones? Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Have you seen the new 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Thank the Lord. Okay. But
I mean, it's probably gonna be 3 by the time this gets out. But,
Well, no,
but for right now, there's only been 2.
well, yeah, no, because 3 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, it does.
Yeah.
I read that this is going to be the longest battle and longest episode of like TV history,
Okay.
and I don't know if I'm ready to lose everybody.
So, first thoughts, Henry. What are your first thoughts of the new season?
So I'm not like this last episode 2 was hands down like my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I love like the lightheartedness of it and everybody like coming together and meeting together.
Oh yeah.
And then when they were all in like that room with the fireplace and stuff like that, and then Podrick and the now Sarah Brianna Toth like walked in and Terry was pouring drinks. I was looking at him. I was like, "That's my motherfucker." Because if someone's like, "Hey, yeah, I'll only have a little bit of drink," I'm like, "The fuck you will."
I mean, it's like overflow.
And then he gave one to him, and then and I'm like, "I know exactly what you're doing. Like, you're my fucking spirit animal right now."
Dude, that's what I would want to do. Like, if I knew that shit was about to go down, and we're all probably gonna die, I'm like, yeah, well, let's pour another round.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for real.
But again, that's the weird thing about it is that when you fight like a regular army, or whatever, then you die. But when you're fighting this army, and then and then the Mandarin just raises everybody up.
Yeah, that's a.
You want to hear a crazy goddamn theory I read about? So everybody thinks that Daenerys is going to become the Night Queen.
Whoa.
Like she's going to die and she's going to become the Night Queen with the Night King. Or trade places. And another thing is that Jon Snow got an egg when he was born, and it's under Winterfell or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's going to come into play when this whole thing goes down, and he's going to become king of Westeros, and he's going to have a dragon by his side. And I was like, huh. But I was thinking that if that was true, you would have already seen that egg by now, right? That would have
Or Graham would have said something about it.
Yeah. That was the same.
Yeah, man. I don't know about all that. I do think, I don't know if I said this on the last podcast, but I do think, and the last 2 episodes that I've seen is kind of confirmed what,
Yeah.
But I think, and I've talked to you about
You talked to
this,
me about it,
that I think Daenerys is going to go mad like her dad. And Jon Snow's gonna have to put that bitch down.
Wow.
I mean, but the way it started, her and Sansa's got some beef between them two. I mean, she's starting to get
mad.
Yeah,
mad with power.
That power's starting to get to her.
So the thing of I cannot remember who I was talking about. But the difference between Jon Snow and Daenerys is Daenerys was kind of, well, I guess Jon Snow was too, but he didn't know about it. But Daenerys knew. She was born into that, wanting to rule family and needing that power that makes him go insane.
Yeah.
But Jon Snow wasn't. He kind of had a fight for everybody to respect him and everything. Now that
he's climbed the mountain himself.
Yeah,
he was.
What I'm thinking is Jon Snow didn't want the crown, but is so good at ruling and being the leader that's what makes a king.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Daenerys is so forceful and like, if you don't kneel to me or bow down to me, I'm just gonna kill you for it. And Jon's out of it.
Yeah.
In all the other episodes, you see him give mercy to those who haven't obeyed him.
Mm-hmm.
And look what it's got him. It's got him like friends now. I mean, like brothers. Look at Tormund. You know, he saved Tormund, or like gave mercy to him, and now they're like brothers now. They're so close. Which
I mean, it's and not only that, but I mean, it is both of their upbringings. I mean, because Jon didn't have to kill. I mean, he took the path that he was going to go to the wall, and he was going to become part of the Black Watch, and Night's Watch, whatever. I thought it was Black Watch.
It's Night's Watch.
Well, they were black, so fuck it. So, and he kind of chose that kind of brotherhood, priesthood, celibacy kind of thing. Pacifist, if you will. Even though he's a guard, I mean, they're practically pacifists. But anyways, and then Daenerys, she had a hard upbringing too. I mean, her brother basically tried pouring her off to some, horse king.
Which, like... Raven's here. Oh, Jesus. Anyways.
Boy, this podcast is interesting as hell.
So much happening in this podcast.
I'm gonna make a note for something real quick, but I'm not gonna put it on camera.
Which...
Hold on, we're gonna hold up.
We'll probably just cut this out.
Yeah, maybe.
Podcast. And see.
Let's see. Do you want to wait for it?
Wait, are you? No, I'm gonna wait till the camera's off because I don't want the chance for this.
Oh God. What?
Yeah,
I'm interested in it.
This is like the gym conversation. I'm actually really hoping this isn't a long one. Sometimes it kind of short.
It's pretty good now. They can hear it. It's kind of on the...
Okay.
But what I was trying to say is like her brother doing that basically made her into, I guess, a badass. If you think about it, I don't know how to say it. Just it gave her that power over him, or made her realize that she was meant to be a ruler.
Child on fire.
Yeah.
Unintended.
Yeah. But again, like a lot of people, they like that about Daenerys for her rise to power too, because
It's hardcore. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You're right. Because she started off as almost being sold as a whore for her brother. Well, he also did that too.
Yeah. See, that's my point. Is that there's a trend here. There's a dynasty of mad son of bitches with blonde hair.
But here's the thing though. Okay, what happens if she does go mad? She has 2 dragons that can basically fuck everybody up.
Yeah, but the thing is that the dragons obviously sense that Jon Snow is a Targaryen or has Targaryen dragon blood in him, because they've said 100 times before that nobody can even touch a dragon unless you have dragon blood in you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and he rode one.
Yeah, he rode one. So I mean, who's to say that? I mean, I know that she's the mother of dragons, but who's to say that they won't listen to him? Either. I mean, who's to say they even make it past this big old battle?
Exactly.
Something has to happen because this is this is the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
Is it just gonna be the story of the Night King?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're done now.
We're joking about the other episodes.
Yeah.
So
I really do want. I don't think that they'll do, but I'm really interested in a backstory of the Night King and how he came out, because I think that they showed. I mean, they showed the beginning where they took the guy, whatever, at the tree and.
Go ahead.
And
I was wondering why you did that.
Put the knife into him, and then his eyes turn blue, and then present day. But I want what I don't know if he had. Of course, he has thoughts. But what are his thoughts? What are his motivations? What does he want?
Yeah, I've often wondered that same thing, but I'm 110% convinced that what's the little cripple kid?
Bran?
Bran Stark, whatever.
His name is Brandon
Stark,
but everybody calls him Bran.
I'm 110% convinced that he is the Night King.
How is he walking? Like, okay.
Dude, that dude's got dead dudes walking next to him. He
What
rides
I'm
a
trying to
horse
say
without
is,
a leg.
in the video he was talking about, when he was like, when they stabbed him, whatever, he was walking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying
true.
to say.
Yeah, that is true.
But is that the Night King, though? I guess if you want to say it. Like, is that the Night King that we see now?
I think so. Like that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it's
Like,
That-
because
that's
later
true.
on something happened with Braun, and he, all of a sudden, he's like, I'm joking, guys, I can walk this whole time, you know?
But yeah,
Psych.
I mean, he's a 3-eyed raven, and there's no telling what he can do. I mean, he might figure out some shit later.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we've only seen 2 episodes of this last.
how many episodes is this? 8. Okay, so basically we got.
I think the next 3 episodes are like an hour and 30 minutes. Or hour and 28, something like that. I don't know.
Got popcorn with no butter.
No, oh man! Oh man! Okay, so small little side thing. I've seen Endgame twice now, which we're not going to talk about. The 2 things that have like ruined this for me is both times I asked for popcorn, layered popcorn, because I mean, you go to a movie theater, that's what you want. You have your popcorn, you have your snacks, and all this other stuff. Why am I eating dry ass popcorn the entire time? And like, and I'm watching this and I'm eating, and all I can think of is like, it's dry ass popcorn. It's dry ass popcorn.
Yeah, I know. It was like, what, 10 movies in this series? And the final one, you're all hyped up. Yeah, I mean, they've hyped this up for how many years?
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting ready to sit down, and the one thing that would just top it all off is damn butter popcorn.
I know.
And it's crazy how in that moment, the smallest shit will set you off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know what? I literally just thought about this. You know what they should have done with Game of Thrones? They do this sometimes with shows or whatever. Or like, I don't know. But it'd be cool if you can watch the show in the movie theater.
It's funny that you say that because when you started that, I was thinking about that because a friend of mine in, I think she's either in Cambodia or Vietnam. They do that there.
Oh, really?
She watches every Game of Thrones, like her and her friends, in the movies. Yeah,
Dude,
no,
I
you're
would
right.
totally do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
How cool would it be to go to the big ass screen to watch Game of Thrones?
HBO, make this shit happen.
Yeah, for real, though.
Or if they want to, I guess we can rewatch the whole Game of Thrones in movie theater, you know? Start from season 1 and everybody can go in there and look at that thing and be like, yeah, what if like this happened? Like,
Didn't
well,
they
this
do
makes
that in
sense now.
Star Wars? Like when the excuse me, when that what's his name, J.J. Abrams or whatever started this whole new Star Wars thing. I thought like they chose a bunch of. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But I want to say I did hear something like this, where they chose a bunch of movie theaters across the country, and they played all the Star Wars back to back, and you can buy a ticket and go in there and watch it all day.
Jesus. I mean, like, it's definitely plausible, and I can imagine that there's probably some movie theater out there somewhere where, I mean, think of how awesome that would be if for Game, not Game of Thrones, but for Star Wars.
You're good?
And Avengers. God, man.
Avengers,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if I'm a movie theater owner, I'm absolutely, guess what? All right, so 3 weeks leading into this, we're going to start with the first one, Iron Man 1. And like in chronological order too. So Iron Man 1. Then the
Yeah, I mean, like, think like a boxing promoter.
So
you want
I
to
think
promote
some
this.
TV channel did that actually. Like you can watch all of it, but it's not the same when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
But they did. Actually, I think you talked about this last time. They would pay you to watch all of the Avengers movies or Marvel movies, whatever. And when you go watch Endgame, you have to write about it or type about it, and you send it in. And they pay you like $1,000 for it.
Yeah, I do that for $1,000.
No. Here's no, like straight though. So all the Marvel movies, I think there's either like 18 or 22 movies, something like that. It combines to 45 hours straight.
Holy.
Then you go into Endgame.
48 hours.
48 hours straight.
Just 2 days.
Oh wait, so you're saying is that they say, all right, they're gonna give you $1,000, go sit in this movie theater, watch all these movies, and then Endgame.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah, and like while you're watching it, you're either like live blogging or live tweeting or vlogging.
Shit.
Yeah.
I can't do
Talking
that.
about it,
I can't do stuff like that. I mean, I know that you have people all the time that like live tweet about movies all the damn time. I can't do that because I like to buy into movies so much. No, I mean, like, I get invested into, like, emotionally invested in, movies. So there's no way in hell that I could be sitting there and then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, dude, this part was awesome.
That'd be crazy. Like, you're sitting there, you're typing up, and then you hear, and you
Yeah,
look up, like, what just happened?
Yeah, dude, if I'm just a syllable, if I'm sitting at home and I'm watching a movie for the first time, I will sit there and rewind that damn thing like a few times, just make sure that I got all the context.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. All right. So let's talk about this though for a second. Like, all right. So like pet peeves for me, if I'm watching either a movie or a TV show or something like that, I'm invested in for the first time. Don't talk to me. Like, don't ask me questions. Yeah, exactly. And worst of all, don't come up and try like, I will put you on the floor. So I can finish like it. Long time ago, I was dating this girl, and we went to go watch Transformers, and she was all like, "Oh God, yeah, I love Transformers and blah blah blah." So we're watching this, and she's like, "Is that a talking robot?" And I looked at her, I was like, "That is Optimus Prime. I will punch you in the throat. Show some goddamn respect." And like a second date after that. But yeah, no, for me, it's just like you said, I want to hear everything that I want to hear all the dialogue, the plot.
We're good.
Alright, when you sit down, let's just so you can cut over.
And this isn't me. I'm not saying that I advocate violence against women, because if it was a guy, I'd do the same thing too. But just let me enjoy that experience with some goddamn layered popcorn. that's really
all I'm asking. No, yeah, I agree with you, and I think the worst thing, like, once you find like a group of buddies or friends to go to and watch movies with, like that's an order. Like, you almost have to put out job applications, because I'm not going to sit with you. And even if you're some guru about this movie, and when you're sitting there watching, the thing I hate the most is when people are like, "Oh, dude, did you see that Robin? That was the Robin. That was the Robin vest." I'm like, "Yeah, that was good. Leave me alone, man." Get the fuck out, man. I hate that. We're like, "Oh, dude, it's leading up to this part's gonna be bad." Or like, I mean, I know like y'all are gurus when it comes to comic book stuff, but I've been to movies with a couple guys that are the same way, and they will not shut up. They're like, "Oh, dude, that was episode so and so of the comic book." And I'm like, "Dude, just let me watch the damn movie."
Yeah. When actually I didn't go see Thor Ragnarok with Henry. He just so happened to be there. I'll walk into the movie theater and I hear, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Henry?" And he's like, so I ran up there and like Austin's like, "Okay, we're sitting up there." And I sit down, and the previews for the movie didn't have any sound. So me and Henry were like, saying shit for it. You know?
Oh yeah,
we're not old.
Like the last time we come to this we did this podcast. Me and Travis, I met Travis at the church up the road, and there was a bunch of these guys mowing the grass and stuff. They pulled over, they were talking to each other, and I mean, word for word, I was doing it perfectly on the mannerisms. You mow this grass over here, and I got this fucking. But yeah, it was like that.
It was perfect. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was funny. I mean, I had everybody else laughing, but Austin was like, "Shut up, dude." You know, Austin gets kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, but and the weird thing is that back in the day, Austin was the worst about that. He'd ask questions all through the damn movie, and it would piss my dad off. He's like, "Austin, I've seen exactly the same amount of movies." But now Austin's completely different.
Yeah, he's so quiet now.
Yeah, I know.
He's so chilled out.
It's
like, what?
I said, "Love you, bro."
Yeah, you're not here to defend yourself. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick on him. But that's what you get for working.
Yeah,
like a grown ass man.
Yeah, way to go, Alice.
Yeah, Dad used to call him Alice. Dad had nicknames for all of us boys. And when he thought that we did something that he deemed
girly, man.
Girly.
Yeah.
He had names for every one of us. I was Wanda. I was Margaret. You were Wanda.
I thought it was the other way around.
Anyway.
He didn't use ours much, but for Austin, it was Alice all the time. It was Alice all the time. Yeah, right. That's what you get from that being here.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I hope there's so many comments like,
we're going to get letters.
Yeah.
We're going to get
letters.
Now.
And it's still...
If you do, like, send letters to, like, at least send your address.
Yeah! We're going to get letters.
So we begin.
Oh, okay. So the other thing I think that we were going to talk about, because we did talk about this like off camera, was Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you said it starred Henry Cavill, and I couldn't remember.
Armie Hammer.
Okay.
And I can't.
It just sounds like that laundry detergent or whatever, the Armie Hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever heard of him, actually I heard his name was when he did the Lone Ranger. It's starring Armie Hammer. And I was like, Armie Hammer?
Yeah. What?
Starring Armie Hammer?
Yeah.
Armie Hammer, Johnny Depp. Alright, it's okay.
That was an okay movie.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah.
It wasn't as good as
I think they relied on laughs too much.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just my opinion. I mean, I still bought into it and stuff, like I do every damn movie. I buy movies quick.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not so, I will say, in the Adventures in the Game, I'm not going to do spoilers. I'm just going to say is that I was very emotionally into it this time. I was very like, they got that spot on. They did that perfectly well. How they started it, ended it was amazing. That song movie, I think I was so like emotionally invested in. So how they did all the scenes and how they ended it, I think the song movie I've ever done that with. But every other movie I've been like, that was a good movie. And everybody be like, I hated it because of this, or they did deep into this universe. They didn't do this. So I was like, how about you just like the movie?
Yeah. I understand. My thing I like the best about movies is world building. Like when you set the stage and you set the tone. Like I know this sounds juvenile, but the movie Cars, how they basically immersed you into this entirely different world where there were no humans and it was all mechanized, airplanes, cars, stuff like that. Like that kind of world building, and how they showed big scenes of the land and stuff. The clouds were cars and stuff. Like I like stuff like that when you try to put me into a different world.
All right, how about this? Avatar.
Yeah,
What do you think about
definitely.
Oh, which one? There's two avatars.
No,
we don't talk about that one. I can't even believe you brought that up. Oh my god! No, I didn't even consider that thing. No.
I forgot all about that one. You talking about like the Airbender one? Is that one you're talking about?
Yeah. No, that's the one that I'm not talking about.
Yeah. You don't like the Avatar one?
No, I thought they did a shitty job of making.
I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about the live action. I'm talking about that actual show.
No, okay.
Oh, like the series?
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah.
Talking
Series.
about the movie.
Okay. Just the movie? Fuck the movie.
Okay. Like honestly, like if you're gonna come out and say that you like the movie, I was gonna be like, all right, stop everything because I need to hear this. Like
next scene, I'm just like,
no, you would be like the only person that I've ever talked to that said that I liked it. But
it was not good.
The TV show. Oh, we can definitely do a thing about TV show.
But anyways, the Avatar. Okay, not the Avatar, but Avatar.
The blue people.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that world building where they had like their version of horses, and I mean, I don't know. I got my reservations about the movie, the message that it had, but the world building and the imagination. I mean, the horses had like nostrils or blowholes. I don't know what you call it on their chest. I mean, it's the it's crazy.
It was cool, and like how they had it connected, everything.
Everything was connected. Yeah,
like the world was connected.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Like that world building. That's a good.
I think next year is going to be the next movie, and from then on,
Avatar movie?
yeah, there's 3 more. That's why they haven't come out since then. That's because for how many years since that movie they've been working on them.
Yeah, dude, Travis is on the up and up.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So next year is the second movie of Avatar.
Yeah.
And they said like some people have already like watched them or like seen some of it. They said like these next 3 movies from that movie, how it blew everybody's mind. Like, these next 2 movies are gonna blow our minds.
Yeah, well, I mean, you talking about what's his name?
Is it James Cameron?
Yeah, James Cameron, the guy that did Titanic and all that.
Yeah.
He's the one who made them?
Yeah, he's the one who made Avatar. But I mean, that dude's
Brilliant.
he's got some skill on him.
Yeah. Because again, like you said, with the world building, for me, the crazy part about that movie was when they connected with the horses and they went for like the ride or whatever. I'm sitting there watching it, and the only thing that I could think of is like I would probably like sell my soul. I wouldn't, but or give mine or whatever to be able to have that like in real life, fly like that. And then they've got like the floating mountains, and like to me, like to be able to come up with that kind of concept is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, the sheer imagination that to come up with stuff like that. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, all the bioluminescence. I mean, and it was visually pleasing. I mean, it was aesthetically pleasing to the eye to watch it. I mean, it was a visual masterpiece. I mean, screw all the other content, and you can mute the TV and watch it, and it is still, aesthetically pleasing.
I just imagine you just I mean, walking in and just muted. Like, you watch this movie muted?
Yeah, please, man, just watch.
I would probably ask you what you're on.
Well, no, actually, think about that for a second. Though that, like, if I think that you could probably do that with certain movies, of where you could take the audio out, take the visual out, whatever, and like it would still be like a great movie, like either just to hear the dialogue, or just to hear what happens, or just to see what happens.
I think another one is all the Lord of the Rings movies. The world building on that,
absolutely.
That's probably one of my favorite series out there. Is the Lord of the Rings series.
Big Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings,
Tolkien fan, man.
And they're coming out with the movie of Tolkien, how he came up with the concept of Middle Earth. Like he was in the war, and how he put that into Lord of the Rings or like Middle Earth. This guy came up with a whole world, came up with the language in like a week.
Yeah, dude. And not just that language either. He came up with all kinds of languages.
Just everything.
Yeah.
And just, it's brilliant.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the dude, he was a brilliant mind to have. I mean, when he died, that was a legitimate loss to culture.
And his son tried to keep on going with it. And then he was like,
didn't smoke enough pipes, man.
Absolutely.
Well, hold on. And another thing is that a lot of his inspiration came from Nordic mythology. I mean, he drew a lot. I mean, there's a lot of comparisons there that you can talk about.
I mean, look at like the dwarves and everything, what they believe in, like everything they have.
Yeah, I mean, just the imagery. I mean, if you read the books, I mean, he lays it out beautiful. I mean, just the imagery that he instills into your mind when you're reading this. I mean, it makes you feel like you just jumped in between the pages.
That's why he has so many fans. That's why it's such a big fan base, and it's still going.
Yeah, he was able to world build. I mean, he built an entirely different world.
You know, they're actually coming up with the Lord of the Rings series.
Like television series?
Yeah, like a show.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if that's it. But
like,
not Lord of the Rings. I think it's the second age, because Lord of the Rings is the third age.
Right.
And it's right before Lord of the Rings. So it's like, I can't remember the name. It starts with an S. I can't say this.
Silmarillion?
I think it's Silmarillion.
I think we sort of like talked about that in the last one.
It's what it's called. I think that's what the whole show's going to be about. I've not read that.
Well, if it's based off of his material, like the only thing I don't want them to do is just take the concept of like kind of like how they did with Star Wars, how they just took the concept and just tried to run with it. You know, I want original content from him. Like, take stuff from his book and show it to me. You know, like we were talking about with Avatar, visually stunning, because that's how you. Because if you don't visually sell it, and you can't pull that off, you're not going to sell it at all.
Okay.
Because in his books, that's what allowed you to immerse yourself, was all the imagery that he laid out. I mean, he had it. I mean, just walked you through what was going on, what the trees looked like, what the air smelled like, what it tasted like, stuff like that. Yeah. So if you're gonna make a TV series, you better be able to stun me when it comes to the
budget's gonna be huge though.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean, but if you can't pull that off, or you have doubts about it, don't even try making it, because I'm not gonna buy into that. It's not gonna live up to his word.
I know you have Netflix. Do you have Netflix?
Not anymore. No, I used to.
Okay, so
It's too mainstream.
No, it's not this. I just never watched it. Like I had it for I think like 2 years, and my sister like watching like logged on more than I did. Yeah. And I just remember like I had I called her up one day and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cancel my thing. And like 2 days later, she called me up. She's like, what happened to my Netflix?
Funny story.
But so Henry Cavill is going to be in a new Netflix series called The Witcher.
Yeah,
it's a. I think it's either German or Russian book. Some guy made a whole series about it, and it's a game.
Sounds familiar to me.
But Henry Cavill, which I like they picked him because he's a big gamer. He's kind of just a huge nerd, you know.
Henry Colten?
Yeah, he almost missed the call to become Superman because he was playing World of Warcraft.
Jesus.
Yeah, he said he was sitting there. He's like, it's a team effort. If you quit playing and you die, you have to start all over, and he didn't want to do that. Also looked down and said it was the director or whatever. He was like, "Fuck you guys." He said that he almost missed the call from being Superman. I was like, thank God he didn't miss that call.
Man, yeah,
that is crazy. But yeah, he is gonna be. Wow, I forgot his name. That's not cool. The Witcher. He's gonna be The Witcher.
Yeah.
See topics like that. Just for a little context, I feel completely outnumbered because I don't play video games at all, man.
Unless I come out and I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna play
Gears of War.
I'll play some Gears of War, and he's like,
yeah, alright.
We have a good ass time.
It's fun. It's not that I don't like it. It's man, I am busy and cat coming up shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got all kinds of shit going on.
But you talk about making a whole world and everybody be invested in it. Gears of War world.
Yeah,
it's an entirely different world. It's not even Earth. It's called Syria.
Yeah.
And
what? There's already one of those. Go ahead.
You know what?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, there's another one?
Anyway, Syria 2.
I don't know what you're talking about. Because the Syria that I saw in Gears of War is not the Syria that we have here. It doesn't look anything. No, just come on. Go ahead.
Anyways. But that whole franchise is amazing. And this next game is supposed to be bigger than anything. It's supposed to be open world.
What's the fifth one?
Fifth one.
Fifth one? Okay.
Yeah. One we're playing around is the fourth one. You play as Phoenix.
Okay.
This kid. You play as Phoenix's kid. You play as James.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I do. You play as the...
Yeah. I'm a big black man.
Yeah. But see,
kind of dig it.
Yeah. Take Henry. Yeah. Turn him into a video game.
Yeah.
But no, see, that's one of the things though about video games that I do like though is that like when you are playing, you do like really get immersed into that.
Yeah. I mean, and being somebody that hasn't really been a part of that scene, I'm kind of stunned, you know, because I mean, like the last game that I really got into was Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Because it did so much world building, and you weren't confined to because like even in Gears of War, I mean, like you can wander off here and there, you know, these little corners and stuff.
But you have on a set path.
Yeah, it's a set path. Like there's a set path that you have to follow. Yeah, yeah. But Assassin's Creed and stuff, you have free reign over the entire place, wherever you want to go, and that is cool to me.
One time I was watching him play Assassin's Creed, and he's walking through this like alleyway or something like that. And he tried to run. This guy was like, BAM! I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. He just killed the dude and just ran off. It was so damn funny. Oh my god. Made him laugh for a good 30 minutes after that.
But I mean, I'm stunned at the how far video games have gone, and just like Gears of War. I mean, I haven't really played a whole lot past Gears of War, I guess, but I mean the world building that they do is pretty
so much difference. Just in the first one, there's definitely like there's a set path, but in the fourth one, you still have a little bit more free range. You do a lot more stuff. There's more stuff to like interact with. Like the more Easter eggs they put in it. By the way, there's so many Easter eggs in like all of the Gears of War games, and I like it. Like I showed Colton one of my favorite ones in the Gears of War 4. So he had a bunch of like tables and chairs set up, and if you run through them as James, he starts yelling as he's knocking down the chairs and tables and everything, and his character, Dell, goes, "Are you finished?" Yes, for now. It's one of my favorite ones because it's so simple and funny. You know,
it's cool that they take time to put something extra like that in.
And how to get like get everything, or so in this one, if you shoot different things on a multiplayer map, big ass Leviathan, like one of like a sea monster, jumps out of the water. They can shoot these, like I think they're doll things, and I think you have to be in the middle of a match, and all of a sudden you press a button after you're shooting all of them, and all of a sudden, you in the background, like where? Everybody's like, "Oh shit, it's a Leviathan!" So that's a cool one.
Yeah, dude, I'm lost. I have no clue what the hell you're talking about.
So, if you like that experience, if you ever get a chance, like I will recommend this to the day I die. In Plano, they have a movie theater. It's a Cinemark, but they have what's called The Void, and it's basically a virtual reality thing that you go in. So you walk in, they give you like a helmet, a pack, and a gun, and you walk into Star Wars.
What?
And and like it is like I'm not getting paid for it. It's not a plug, but like I've done it twice now. It is insane. I don't want to I'm not gonna give away too much of it, but you really feel like you're like in that world. And a couple times like I like my team's all like struggling and doing something. I'm in the back like. Because it is. Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's epic, man. That's definitely a game changer. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I knew it was just a matter of time. I mean, do you remember the old arcade games where it was Beach Nut? Well, no, not Beach Nut. Beachhead? Yeah. Something like that, where you stood there with a gun and then the helmet dropped over you and you were storming the beaches of Normandy or whatever. Yeah, dude, I knew it. As soon as I saw that, I was like, man, I give it a good 10 years before they come up with some really immersing stuff.
I mean, look at virtual reality. They have virtual reality where you literally you can just put that on and you can fight in like a gladiator ring.
That's crazy.
Like you can grab it and stuff like that, and like you have to actually move, dodge, and like you have to sword fight.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're moving closer and closer. But what was that Bruce Willis movie where everybody sat in their house like they was basically replicas of themselves that would go out. It was like replica, like the name of it was like replica of Sentinels or something like that. But it was basically a replica of them. So they sat at home in this chair.
It might be replica, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, it's only a matter of time before we get somewhere like that.
Or that new movie came out, Ready Player One.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. He's talking about it.
That is a badass movie. To me, I think it's badass.
Isn't it a Spielberg movie?
I think so.
I'm not sure who directed it.
I think it is.
Well, if it's Spielberg, I trust him. I mean, there's certain people like old boy from he did Armageddon. He did Michael Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I love any Michael Bay movie. I mean, the visual effects in it is. I mean, like when you're watching Transformers and stuff, and they have a Transformer roll over the highway and crush like 3 cars as they're going. You're like, okay, I know this is fake, but how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah.
You know, you got car parts flying all over the place. It looks so real.
But they actually do that for real. In the Transformers movies, they actually flip over cars.
Yeah, I know, but the way that they make it
is just badass.
Yeah, I mean, like a Transformer rolls over and crunch. You can see right where his shoulder landed in the car. You're like, dude, and you know, some stuff you can just go, okay, yeah, that's fake. You know, you could tell that it was CGI. And it's not like Michael Bay films. Man, like, what was that? 13 Hours movie? Have you ever seen that? It was about the Benghazi thing. He directed it. And there's scenes where, like, they're using tracer rounds and stuff in there. I mean, they're shooting around corners. And, I mean, it's like a first person scene where he leans around the corner and he shoots, and one of those rounds just goes straight into the dude. Yeah. Like, man, this is the most realistic and epic. It's hands down the best war scene I've ever seen in my life.
Is it that movie where they had to hold down that fort or whatever? Or
yeah, it's about Benghazi. Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, it is. And that's what you talk about, emotionally invested movie. That's definitely one of them. That's crazy. And I don't know who wrote the screenplay for it, but they did not hold back at all. I mean, one bit. I know, I'm sorry, I got a little dark, but we know that Transformers.
Anyways, back to
No, because see the thing with the video games is I've seen like several different like couple of mods. Like there's one I saw where you're in like I guess like a wartime type game, but you're in like an omnidirectional treadmill. Like so you actually got a gun and you got the simulator thing, and so like the treadmill's moving this way as you're running and shooting. And then, like, you see somebody else there, and you turn this way, and then the treadmill turns, and, like, it's going in that direction, too.
Is it? I saw something like that where you got, like, a harness on. Do you have a harness?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the treadmill is kind of like this, or maybe it's the other way. It's either convex or concave, circular treadmill. And like, so you got the harness on, and they put just enough weight where you can move that treadmill in whatever direction you want. And then they give you this gun and tell you, go be a badass. Or not.
See you in either 50 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, I feel like I interrupted you in saying something.
No, I have no clue, because, I love, like,
on these tangents. So.
Exactly, yeah. I think that was
I almost need to start writing this shit down. I'm the world's worst of it, though. I mean, we'll get to talk about something. And just like that 13 Hours thing, and I'm like, oh man, it was the battle scene. So, but we were talking about,
you know what we were originally talking about? That led off of this? The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, dude, that's right. Oh my God.
That was like 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
holy crap.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, just imagine. My idea for this podcast, by the way, is to get 9 people in here because Nerds of the Round Table, Knights of the Round Table, there's 9 knights. So I want 9 people in here. Just imagine 9 people going off on like 9 different tangents.
Because we're going to be talking over each other like you wouldn't believe.
And see,
so by the time we get to that thing, I'm trying to get a legit setup. A bigger table, everybody have swords. By the way, if you didn't know what this was, but yeah, that's my idea. Everybody had headphones, and I was just thinking about this. I don't know why I touched you.
Yeah, no, it's alright. I'm okay with it.
It's got Italian in it. It's alright.
Anyways, goddamn.
Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
Anyway, go for it. Who cares?
No. You're saying like your idea for this 9 nerds together. Do they all have 9 rings?
That'd be cool, but everybody has. My idea was everybody has swords, and that's how we started and that's how we ended. And I was thinking how we ended it
everybody sheath their sword. That's how we did. Like at the same time, or we go around the circle, right? And it ends on me, and right when I hear the ding, that's how the video is.
Jesus. There's obviously various degrees of nerd.
No, I'm down with it. But then I'm also wondering too, like, what if, like, you know, as we start like branching out into this, I mean, like, what if somebody has like, you know, an axe or a bow?
Yeah, for real.
Or a lightsaber.
Oh.
That'd be cool. Or it can just turn it off, I guess. You know, that's what Donnie wants to do.
Who?
Like a lightsaber?
The other guy that
Oh,
was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Damn you, Donnie.
If you watch this video,
What's his name? Donnie?
I would have put my finger up his neck.
Donnie?
Yo, that was good. Oh, I just caught that. Oh, yes, yeah.
No, it's
I have a feeling is that a... Never mind. Man from Uncle.
Okay. Well, no. So that was from Guardians of the Galaxy, Drax. So.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
I got you.
that's from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my finger up his neck.
Yeah.
It's like, what was that thing he said too? Like nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I don't catch it.
Yeah. I got you now.
So you know what's weird is that I do like Dave Bautista's like sort of like transition from like, you know, pro wrestler and all the other stuff to like kind of like a little bit like the action hero and stuff. Because he's got that next movie that's coming out with like it's him and like a little girl. And honestly, to me, it just seems sort of like a little remake of what Vin Diesel did when he was like some sort of like CIA agent, whatever. He had like babysit this little girl.
That's fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Not very that's fair. Yeah.
It's a very good one.
I saw something. There's something on Netflix that had Dave Bautista on it, but it looked like it was post-apocalyptic deal.
Okay.
I think it was a war. The war happens in their city, and he's trying to get out. I think I saw it too, but him and like his girlfriend or daughter had to get out.
Him and the girl.
Yeah. So
That's what one of the things was. All right, so going back to Netflix, right? That the whole Marvel Cinematic Movie industry, machine, monster, whatever you want to call it, has been so big that it's literally changed how other studios are like producing movies. Because over the last 10 years, whenever like a Marvel movie would come out, I mean, it would just like dominate theaters for for weeks and months and stuff. And so movie industries, they would shift their movie release dates either like, you know, a couple like weeks before or weeks after the Marvel movie, so that way like they wouldn't compete with them because they just knew that they couldn't.
Yeah.
And then once they started like dropping like you know every couple of months, they just said, all right, well, we're gonna give it the movie game altogether, and then they started going like to Amazon and Netflix and Hulu. So they completely changed the game on that. And then the other thing that I really like is they've done something that has, to my knowledge, has never been done in the history of movies, where you take all these movies that lead up to this huge thing, and like they're tied into everything, like not just the movies, but like there's the TV shows, there's the comic books, there's the cartoons, there's the merchandising. I mean, it is, to me, it's just, I can't even like fathom it.
Yeah.
there's so much cat.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's unprecedented. Nothing like this has ever been done. So, like I said, I haven't seen Endgame yet, but I hope that it has lived up to my expectations.
Dude, you're gonna love it, honestly.
Good deal.
But then the other thing, the other question though after this is like what comes next? Because I'm sure that there probably is or will be a way to like top what's happening, but I don't see how.
No idea. I mean, we all know that Captain Marvel is probably going to take the leader place of Captain America, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But the thing is that because then if they go along the same model, then sure, fine, they'll have like, you know, another like 10 years or a couple years, whatever, leading up to like a huge thing. But then it's to be able to top this. I don't know like where they can go with it.
Yeah.
But then with the Star Wars thing, now I'm starting like to rethink things. I do want to see them do more things with the Force and do better things with the Force because in like back in like the 70s when they came out with like you know episodes 4, 5, and 6, you know the Force was good for like you know like blocking blaster rounds or this, that, whatever. But then they did more with it in like episodes 1 through 3, and even in the video games, like you had Starkiller like being able to crush a battleship using like the Force.
Jesus.
And so I'm thinking like, okay, why can't you do other stuff? Like why not like use the Force to make you like run faster?
Yeah,
or
to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought the same thing.
And so I definitely, and like I think Vader was the only one that could do like the whole Force choke thing, and then Emperor Palpatine could do like the Force lightning. So it's like, why not, like, there's gotta be more stuff that you can or should be able to do with the Force that I want to start seeing.
Yeah.
But then I think we get into like, you know, like water bending and air bending.
Yeah.
That's when you start getting to Avatar.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Darth Vader's like, I think I'm in the wrong movie.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I'm interested to see, as to what they come up with the whole Star Wars thing.
Because I mean, aren't they? I thought that they were ending the saga like this year. Like,
oh, are they? Really?
That's what I thought.
The new movie about to come out, the Rise of Skywalker is the last one.
Yeah.
So,
The Rise of Skywalker.
I'm thinking that the girl is actually a Skywalker.
You talking about Rey?
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I hope they don't fuck this up.
They fucked the last one up.
Yeah.
I did not like the last one.
I still think the best one that they've made so far is Rogue One.
Oh, that was good.
I think that was good.
That was
Oh,
definitely
and strictly because they didn't try to take any of your other, your favorite characters grown up. I mean, they turned Han Solo into this deadbeat dad, still driving around his same old caddy from back in the day, hanging out with his buddies. I mean, it took one of the coolest guys in the whole series and made him some deadbeat dad.
I don't know. I think
And then they take Skywalker and they put him on this damn deserted island where he milks these giant monsters.
Yeah.
And
that was weird.
yeah, I mean, it's weird. I think they should have just left that shit alone and did like they did with Rogue One. Just, you have a total new concept. It's all still in the same universe and stuff, but you had brand new characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have started off with backstories for
for
you could have done little hat tips to, people like Skywalker and Han Solo and shit like that.
They did a solo movie.
Yeah, I know, and that's another point. They could have done that, which they did with the solo movie.
I really like it. It's actually pretty
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting at. They could have done something like that where you go back, but don't try to mess with the timeline that's already been set. I mean, it's kind of like what we're talking about with the whole Lord of the Rings television series thing. If you can't visually sell me, don't try it. But that's the same thing with the whole Star Wars thing. There's already laws, on the books. If you can't stay in the flow of things, don't even try. If you're gonna try to take this and then warp it, you're gonna start losing people. And I think that's exactly what happened with the whole. What was the first new one that came out? What's that called?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. I mean,
that one was okay.
I honestly think one of the coolest characters ever.
I honestly think the Last Jedi was. That was terrible.
They could have went in a totally good direction. Well, I mean, good being in the sense of it would have made the series better. As if, I'm getting a little dark here. As if Rey and fuck nuts, what's his name? Kylo Ren. Yeah, if they did pair up, man, they took a little bad and a little good,
They
and
became
they made
the Grey Jedi.
They made this badass, tangent. That's what they should have done. Was that they said, okay,
that would have been nice.
And then they just took the ball and ran with it in a whole nother direction.
Or I just saw like one theory or something like that where it was like, because obviously he's the bad one, she's the good one, but like they sort of like cross paths and they go on like a tangent, but then she becomes bad and then he becomes good. That would have been.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you could have done a lot of shit. That there was that moment in that film where it could have. I think they messed up and they could have had a completely different turning point in the whole series and made it 10 times better. That's just me, though. I mean,
You could have picked a better looking dude for Kylo Ren.
yeah. And I honestly don't get his lightsaber at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's like, I guess, a cool concept and stuff like that. Have you seen any of the trailers for it or no? And I don't want to ruin it, but there is a part where like he actually takes like the side part of it and like
stabs some guy with it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So I can do with that.
Okay.
All right, guys, that was a pretty good nerding out Nerds Roundtable podcast. We had a lot of fun. Next time, I'm pretty sure we'll have Donnie and Austin here. I'm gonna try to get other people, 9 of us, and I hope this thing actually goes big because I enjoy doing this. With
Yeah, like,
friends.
share, subscribe, and the whole thing.
Please.
All the way.
Get this out here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little bell thing too. Please keep that.
Yeah.
Click that. But anyways, everybody have a good day. Hope y'all enjoyed this.
Yeah. Sorry we couldn't get to the man from Uncle. We'll try to get to that next time.
Yeah.
But it'll leave you a little suspense. So, all right.
Yeah.
So, that's a wrap.
Guys, hope you have a good day.
Yeah.